What is up, my maniacs? I'm the Awesome Maniac, and today I'm doing my first movie review, Friday the 13th, Uncut Edition. Although I'm pretty sure there's going to be a little bit of cutting, but more on that later. I'm going to get into it. I got some notes written down here. First of all, one thing I noticed was Barry and Claudette, these teenagers get real horny with these campfire songs. Like the way they're looking at each other. Hallelujah. Harry Manfredini is badass with his music. All of it, just like the violins and just the piano keys that he hits, just like, it's so good. Yeah, run, Barry, run. That dude. The hitchhiker lady likes to say that she's the first person to get killed in these movies. Barry. Barry's the first one to die. Did Claudette get scared to death? Or, I mean, because like the camera just kind of flashes. I noticed one thing at the diner. The dude behind the counter looks like Lawrence Fishburne. I mean, like, I was just like, Lori, is that you? This fucking truck driver, what a fucking old pervert. Well, as soon as they walk out, him and Alice, he's like,
all the girls up there gonna look as good as you?
Like, dude, you look 50. She's about 17. Pump the brakes. I mean, I know it's a small town, you probably get a lot of away with a lot of stuff, but not that. Please don't. Ha. Ralph. Okay, yeah, let's talk about Ralph for a second there. Crazy Ralph. This dude is married. I want to know what his wife looks like. I want to know how she deals with this shit. I think hops on a little bicycle and runs away. Yeah, I think the truck driver may be a little crazy too. He gets on the Ralph for spouting on his gospel or whatever, then his truck is like,
Quit. Quit now.
Like, you were not just telling her that Crazy Ralph was crazy for saying he's got a death curse. Like, come on. Oh yeah, this dude is also a dump load of exposition. Fires, poison waters, and shit. Oh yes, country bacon. This is what I'm going to refer to this scene as. Kevin Bacon's character, Jack, and Marcy, and Ned going down the road in his truck playing banjo music. Banjo music. Like, just take a listen to this. Yeah, Ned and Steve, even more perverts in this movie. Ned always trying to get with Brenda, that's her name, yeah, Brenda. And then Steve, like, this dude has a porn stash, like, it's obvious, like, he's just like, your hair, it's so soft, and your shoulder. Yeah, fuck this guy, he looks about 35. Hey, Ned's a dick, almost scaring the shit out of Brenda, shooting them arrows, like, that is a real dick move. And that dude actually shot that in front of the girl, and she was actually scared for that. So even the actor, what a dick. I mean, Annie deserved better. Like, I feel she could have been an alternate final girl if they didn't go with Alice, because she's just so likable. I don't know. Maybe it's just she's just a cute little thing, but I don't know. She's pretty. She could have been better. But alas, she died. So thank you, Savini. Because that was one hell of a prosthetic. Even if the coloring was off, doesn't matter. 1980, good throat slit. Whenever Ned was drowning, he got saved. You could tell that Kevin Bacon had a boner in his Speedo. It was really, because the camera, it didn't show nothing of his body, it just showed his waist level down. He had a boner. That's about right. Rip Snake. Rest in peace, Snake. The only actual death in the Friday the 13th series. Why? Like, where the fuck was PETA? I mean, like, they were there when Arnold Schwarzenegger punched a camel out in Conan, but they aren't going to be here whenever a snake gets, like, chopped. Like, yeah, no, he did. I bet they ate him, too. I know I did. The cop's a badass, or so he thinks he is. He's also a little racist.
Cannon cookies. I told you to sit on it, Tonto.
Like, come on now. Like, this dude is the definition of kid cool. Trying to be cool with the kids. Come on, man. Let's talk about the hash, the weed. You dig it? Like, plus he can't ride a fucking motorcycle swerving all the time. So there's that too. They were clearly setting Ralph up for the killer. Betsy Palmer was like, she wasn't nowhere throughout the movie that the characters know of. So when she came out at the end, she's kind of just mom out of nowhere. I feel they could have at least set it up a little better. Instead of just her just popping up out at the end, just like, hi, I'm a friend of the Christies. I'm gonna kill you. Kevin Bacon's real horny, even though his girl was talking about.
It doesn't work. It just keeps getting louder and louder. And then the rain turns to blood.
How did they not notice that Bill or Ned was above the bunk? I know you're horny, but I know you're not that horny that you don't notice a dead body just hanging out, chilling out, maxing cool. Nah, they just wanted to get it. They wanted to smoke weed, and they wanted to smoke the weed and have the sex, and it cost them. Because thank you, Savini, that badass kill. Not okay. I don't think it's the best kill, but a lot of people do. The arrow through the neck from under the bed. Plus, we all know the story. The blood wasn't coming out fast enough, so they had the dude just blowing in the tube, spurting blood and shit. Still a cool kill, but not my favorite. No, my favorite is when Bryn Marcy gets the axe in the face.
It must be my imagination.
I mean, she could have just probably just pushed the girl and ran, but the axe to the face, it was just. Oh, thank you, Savini. It was so good. Why are they playing Monopoly with money if they're playing strip Monopoly? You'll notice that there's bills all around the board. Even Bill is like, hey, where's my 500s? Like, what do you need them for? You're going to just throw your underwear off anyways, you know, eventually, if you suck that bad. Yeah, Steve, where the fuck have you been all day? Like, you're supposed to be watching all these counselors. They're getting killed left and right. You're just out there just sipping coffee at a bar, at a little diner. Even the girl's like, why are you here? Like, come on, man. Bye-bye, Christy. I mean, what did he expect? He sees a random person out in the mist, or in the rain, and he's just like, oh, what are you doing? That's why you low screen stat. That's why. Thank you, sir, for your contributions, for trying to get this camp open, but they were all in vain, because you did. You put out that $25,000 for nothing. Alice, why are you sleeping when Bill's going around looking for shit? Like, you know your friends are missing. You know you're trying to find them, but you just want to take a little nap? Oh yeah, 5-minute stretch of coffee. Of her making just coffee. What purpose did Bill serve in this movie? I mean, he's supposed to be a little love interest for Alice. They don't really build on that. And he doesn't really have any other personality other than that. Other than, you know, taking his clothes off during strip Monopoly. I mean, that was kind of exciting to me. Like, hey. But, yeah, kind of purpose. Guess it was just to add another body to the count. Who knows? Alice's home not so lone traps. Trying to set up that house for Pamela. Didn't quite work. In fairness, if I saw my friend fly through the window dead, like, I mean, figured I'd try and do some stuff. Speaking of that, how did Brenda die? They didn't show it. They just showed lights at an archery range, and she's just dead with blood and shit on her face in the next scene. I would like to elaborate on that. I'd also like to see a horror movie where it shows the villains just setting the bodies up and shit. Because I would pay money to see Jason just dragging a girl out and be like, oh, where do I put her? Make a tree, yeah, and then she'll fall down. How do I do that? Pamela out of nowhere, once again. Like, and Alice isn't suspicious of her at all. She's just like,
he's dead and oh my God, poor Philip. What's going on here? Please help me get out of here. No, they're all dead. They're all dead.
When obviously it's this crazy bitch that came out of nowhere. Like, Alice, I know you're smarter than this, right? Like, you good artist, I know that, but like, come on. This girl with these pearly whites shows up out of nowhere with a Christmas sweater, and you're not even gonna question that? I mean, eventually when she starts talking crazy, but who would be out there driving Steve? First of all, she was driving Steve's car, and you go out there, you see him. He's like, don't even ask where he is until later, which would have been my first question. Like, who the fuck are you? Why are you in this car? And why are you here? We get a little backstory on Jason.
Did you know that a young boy drowned the year before those two others were killed? The counselors weren't paying any attention. They were making love while that young boy drowned. His name was Jason. Jason was my son, and today is his birthday.
Things were wrong with her little head before her son drowned, maybe? Which leads us into the fight. Alice is a fighter. She hit that bitch with a fire poker, basically. And she got slapped and shit, for real. Until Sean S. Cunningham told told Betsy, hey, don't fucking hit her, like, why not? Get the best effect. We'll have the sound later. That's no fun. Thank you, Savini, once more for that fucking headshot, because, oh. Clearly those were a man's hands, but still, great work. Overall review for the characters, I'm going to give this, give me a second, I wrote it down. I'm going to give this characters 5 out of 10. Marcy was entertaining, Jack was just there, Bill was just there, Ned was just there, Crazy Ralph, he was cool though, so was Alice and Pamela. Steve, that's why I'm going to give it 5 out of 10 instead of 1 or 2. For story, I'm going to give this a 6 out of 10 because it's a mother getting revenge on the death of her son, who was a mongoloid, who also drowned as a kid, wasn't being paid attention to while counselors were having sex. Basically. For kills, I'm going to give this a 9 out of 10 because Tom Savini is he's the god. He's the gore god. Let's just put it that way. And he's neck slit. Jack getting the arrow through his throat. Marcy with the axe to her face. Pamela Voorhees' kill. All of them. Top notch. So I'm definitely giving that a 9 out of 10. Enjoyability, I'm going to give this a 4 out of 10. Usually with movie franchises, they say the first one's the best. I don't believe that's the case here with Friday, because, I mean, the later ones got better, like part 4 and 6 were definitely better than anything the first one could put out. But I must say, there wouldn't be those without the first one, so I gave it a 4 out of 10 for enjoyability. Rewatchability, I'm going to give it a 2 out of 10, because it's just not entertaining to watch. I don't know why I would rewatch it when I could rewatch part 4, part 6 instead. I'm not going to sit there if I have 4 and 1 and be like, I'm going to watch 1 over 4. No, I'm going to watch 4 always. Better than the first one. And overall, that's going to lead me to giving the Friday 13th Part 1, 1980, a 5.2 out of 10. It's not my most hated one, but it's just not my favorite one. Thank you for joining me for this review. Next week, I'll be doing Friday 13th Part 2. Goodbye. Like, share, and subscribe.